And it's Ken Kraetzer for CBSI Talking Business and the Marketing Club of New York. We have one of our big events of the year coming up on September 20th. That is going to be our Navigating the Privacy Landscape Forum. And we have one of the speakers with us for the event, and that is attorney Ken Dreifach, who's an ad tech and e-commerce lawyer. Ken, good to see you. How are you doing?
Good to see you again, Ken. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we did an interview a few years ago after a trade event, and it's great to be back in touch and having you speaking at a Marketing Club of New York. Tell us a little bit about your year. What have been some of the, key subjects that seem to be coming up on the privacy and regulation front?
Sure. Well, as you know, a number of states, probably a dozen, depending on how you slice it, have now passed new state privacy laws. So there's an enormous amount of compliance that's being done. Some of those laws are in effect. Some of them are coming into effect, but they're creating all sorts of new obligations around contracts and around data implementations, consumer rights, and in some cases around consents that are needed to collect and use data. So between that and a set of hungry and newly aggressive regulators trying to enforce all that, and an aggressive FTC, companies really have to be on the watch for compliance requirements.
Absolutely, and certainly AI, artificial intelligence, has been in almost every business newspaper story on data management this year. The European community has already established some regulations, and the U.S. Congress is looking at how to put guardrails around AI, as they sometimes say. What are you seeing on the AI front?
Sure. So AI could mean a couple of different things. To a lot of folks, it's really about content and transparency and ensuring that consumers know whether they're dealing with, for instance, a bot or an actual human being, or whether, if they're looking at content, whether it's real or artificially generated. And then, of course, there's a whole other potential debate about what it really means for something to be real, but that's kind of a philosophical and existential set of questions. In the data marketing context, when we talk about AI, folks are usually talking about predictive analytics, and predictive analytics using more data and more sources of data that's able to be commingled faster and more accurately to try to overlay it against CRM data sets or lookalike data sets to try to find the right set of consumers, or to try to better predict what your own consumers are looking to buy, whether it's for purposes of an upsell or something else. And we're going to keep seeing advances in that, ironically, even as some of the data sources are constricting to some extent because of some of these privacy laws.
Absolutely. Well, on September 20th, you're going to be joining us at the Marketing Club of New York, and our moderator for the session will be Michele Fitzpatrick, and from Marigold, and also on the dais will be Jason Bier from Adstra, and Lou Mastria, who is CEO president of the Digital Advertising Alliance. So it should be a great discussion on September 20th, and I'm sure everyone's going to want to come out and listen to the talk that day. Ken, just maybe tell us a little bit about your practice and your law firm.
Sure. Well, so I'm a partner at the boutique privacy law firm of ZwillGen. I'm in our New York office. We've got offices in San Francisco, Washington, D.C., and Chicago as well. And we're a boutique tech law firm with a very significant footprint in the privacy space. So we work with everyone in that ecosystem, from publishers to advertisers, a lot of vendors and data and ad tech companies and platforms in between. And we work with a lot of regulatory response issues, We help companies design their products in compliant ways. We help them do deals transactionally, and it's all gotten a little bit more, well, in a sense, complicated because of the new mess of laws. But it's at least provided some guideposts and guardrails for companies that are trying to get it right in this space.
Absolutely. Well, Ken Dreifach, an attorney at ZwillGen, specializing in ad tech and e-commerce. Great to see you again, and look forward to you joining the Marketing Club of New York. Our privacy session, be navigating the privacy landscape on September 20th. Great to see you. We'll look forward to having you join us on that day.
Looking very much forward to it, and to seeing you, Ken, again.
Absolutely. And this is Ken Kraetzer for CBSI and the Marketing Club of New York. Thanks for watching. See you on September 20th.